Welcome back everyone to another day in the life of art school. Today's agenda is to continue working on a painting that I've been working on for a few weeks now, and the entire process of this painting is on my YouTube channel, so you can check out my previous videos for that one. But as we make our way to the studio, this is the painting that we're working on today. And as I was saying before, this painting has gone through quite the evolution. It started off as a completely other painting, and I've been sort of working more like fighting with it, honestly, to get to where it is now. But today we're going to be working on the chin, sort of touching that up, and doing a second layer on the lips, and then adding some highlights to the nose. And also just toning down this area here and possibly fixing the eye. This video is also a little bit longer compared to my previous ones because I wanted to show a little bit more about my painting practice. Here I'm showing you how to mix the skin tone that I'm going to use. So the combination of colors that I have in my palette is cadmium red, cadmium yellow, and then I mix the two to make a cadmium orange. I have ultramarine blue, burnt umber, and titanium white. And I'm just mixing together a lighter skin tone. And I'm using all the colors except ultramarine blue because that will desaturate the skin tone. And with the area that I'm working on right now, I want to keep the colors as saturated as possible. And you can see I'm adding little bits of cadmium orange, cadmium red, titanium white, just making slight adjustments to get the skin tone that I'm looking for. And here we go, starting the chin area. The main thing I wanted to do was lighten up this area and also make it more saturated because this part of the face comes out towards the viewer more, which is going to make the tones more saturated. Also, I apologize for the shakiness of the camera throughout all of my vlogs. My studio's in the demountables, which is pretty much two shipping containers stacked on top of each other, and I'm on the top one. And so when anyone takes a step or walks around, it sort of shakes the whole building. So I apologize for that. So now I'm just adding some transitional shade, which is laying a lighter or darker value next to the lighter or darker value. So I don't know if that makes sense, but you can see here that at the bottom of the chin there's this darker value, and in the center of the chin there's the lightest value. And I just lay in the between shades from the darkest to lightest. I do this to create a smooth transition. It also helps with form and also blending. So now I'm going in with another brush and slowly blending the shades together to create as much roundness and spherical form as I possibly can. Keep in mind I'm also washing my brush in some paint thinner to keep my colors as clean as possible. And just moving on to the lips, I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm adding all these transitional shades between the highlights and the shadows. I'm also really sorry if I keep jumping around the different features of the face. I get kind of distracted when something tiny needs a little touch up and then I end up rendering out the whole thing. So I'm sorry about that. But these lips are really fun to do. I think it flows really nicely with the abstract side of the face. And I spoke about this in the previous vlog that it's really hard to tell with these time lapses and it becomes kind of blurry with the differences that I made. So this is the before. And this is the after, and you can tell that the second layer is a lot more opaque and communicates the form better. And now I'm taking a very, very clean brush and I'm slowly blending the transitional shades together. So I'm taking the brush and I'm stroking in the direction of a sphere, like a chin would be. So I'm sort of going only in the direction that the form of the face is actually in real life. I'm also keeping in mind exactly where my brush runs into. So if the side of my brush ran into a darker area, I'm very conscious that that side of the brush is darker and I don't want to get that side of the brush in the lighter area and just contaminate the lighter area. So I'm very conscious in the sections that my brush runs into. So you can see here that I'm very gently merging the transition shades together, but in the direction of the chin. And just quickly, this is a before and this is the after. And you can see with a simple tool like this, you can create such well-blended skin and making sure that it's still spherical. Moving on now to the abstract side of the face, I wanted to just change up the eye a bit. It seemed a little bit closed and I wanted to open it up to make it a little bit more surprise and match the other eye. And as I did that, it kept reminding me of the beginning scene in Nemo with like the fish egg. And it's one of my favorite movies, but it wasn't exactly what I was going for. So I put this sort of dark color right in the middle of the eye and sort of just to try to break that shape up a little bit. And then I just blended that out, trying to simplify this overall abstract side of the face because I think the tiny little sections of dark patches just makes it a little bit complicated. And this is where we are at the end of the day. I really like the changes that I made today. I think the lips look so much better and the chin is probably one of my favorite parts. I think it looks, like I've said so many times, so spherical, but it's one of my favorite things about painting is when I can achieve form. And this is about the last time I'm going to be dedicating a whole video to this painting. There are some small things that I do need to still adjust, but next vlog I'm going to be reorganizing my studio and hanging all of the work up because I have a critique session soon, so stay tuned for that. Overall, I'm really happy with the effort that I put in today. And that's the end of this week's vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!